And now for our next match on the main card. Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 64 kilograms, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, 𝐁𝐆𝟔, Daiki Yonekura!
Kilo division. Daiki coming second at the ADCC trials at a very, very close finals match. He ended up losing a decision. Honestly, could have gone either way.
And his opponent.
He seems like he's ready.
Fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 63.9 kilograms, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Perth, Taurus BJJ, Josh Stolton!
This one is from my one and only true love, Princess.
You know, he's like a super lovely dude, and he is very professional. Like, obviously, we had a person pull out, and Josh immediately stepped up. Rightfully so. You want to fight somebody that's placing in these scenarios. You want to challenge yourself. It's the only way to get better, I think.
Testing yourself against people who are really, really good.
I've had the opportunity to train with Daiki. I've actually competed against Josh before, so I know how they both feel. Very different, actually, even though they have very similar dimensions. Josh comes out quite strong, rigid, but obviously can move very well because of his dimensions. And Daiki's just all about movement.
Yeah.
Almost tries to negate as much strength as possible to add to the movement.
Yeah. And I think that's going to be what's going to be interesting about it for Josh. I don't think he's going to probably have faced somebody like this before, you know.
I think both of them have never faced an opponent like this.
Like, so who adapts? Who adapts the best? Jesus Christ, the legs on Josh Peaches Stolton. Daiki looking to engage. Entry in. Josh is very aware of that invasion 100%. From Daiki.
If I was Josh, I'd be trying to play around the toe line, making sure that we're not staying attached, but also being able to disengage if need be.
Yeah, just got to watch that arm coming across the far hip, especially when Daiki moves his body.
He just wants to attach towards the upper body and the lower body, and it's quite obvious that that's the plan right now.
Yeah, but, you know, there's one thing saying it, isn't it? But it's another thing stopping it.
Correct.
Yeah, looking for that 𝐁𝐆𝟔 entry. Josh is alive to it.
It's one of those ones. It's such a good move, that 𝐁𝐆𝟔 entry, because to defend, you have to expose your legs.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. Josh now just looking for the head position, but an
inversion
invasion.
There by Daiki.
Looking for that, he gets the leg.
Is he going to be able to do what he said he was going to do?
He's looking to try and get that foot in on the far side.
The size of the hips, of how low the hips are.
And to be fair to Josh, I think he actually did a good job that he was aware that's what he was going for. Yeah. Looking to step over. Oh, I don't like those movements. Always makes me very nervous when you've got someone who moves as much as Daiki does.
Potentially has the bite there.
Yeah, he's looking for the bite, just can't quite finish it.
Well, it's been past a minute, so.
Yeah, it's been past a minute.
It's been past a minute. Yeah. And it's actually been action the whole time around. Like, they haven't stopped moving.
Josh needs to extricate himself out of that toe hold attempt from Josh. Toe hold attempt. Well, that's the thing. Sometimes offense is the best form of defense, isn't it? You know, you've got to give your opponent something to think about.
Especially with a move like a toe, because they have to straighten their leg.
They have to straighten out. Yeah, correct. Active corner advice coming over there for Daiki.
Yeah, by Sasuke, a guy who just won via heel hook.
Wow. Good way.
Oh, look at this entanglement here to expose the hip.
He's just got good control, hasn't he? Like, he's constantly maneuvering to control that leg.
He's not deviating much with the game plan. He knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
But so does Josh.
Oh, look, Josh has done enough to be able to defend against it. You know, he's not making any obvious mistakes. He's keeping the heel hidden. He's not letting him get an obvious bite on it. Pulls over. Josh still defending.
He's doing great.
Yeah,
Josh is
he's doing
so
a
far.
great job. He's shown he belongs in there for
Hey.
sure. Oh, yeah,
He
beautiful.
almost slipped past
Yeah,
him.
he did,
Those
yeah.
hips can just cover such a quick amount of distance.
That's the thing. You got to deal with dimensions, haven't you? You know,
Yeah.
you've got to be able to deal with it. And the thing is, when people talk about, he's so strong, or he's this, or he's that, that's their body. You know what I mean? Like, they can't help that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And your jiu-jitsu, your challenge is to unpick their strengths and isolate their weaknesses. You know.
I think that's almost the most beautiful part about jiu-jitsu, the fact that you can make it your own.
Absolutely, yeah. And the game is so different for everybody, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Correct.
What's your style? Well, your style will be based on your body shape, your style, and your personality.
Correct. So here Josh is doing a great job in keeping his hips away,
Yeah.
and he's disengaging when he needs to, he's engaging when he needs to.
It's just constant, isn't it? You know, it's 7 minutes of, 3 minutes so far of just constant, like, being alive to Daiki's threat, you know, the unusual threat that he poses.
Yeah, Josh actually making some really, really nice movements to engage and re-engage sort of like situations. And Daiki is using the wrist grips to attach. Like, if I was Josh, I wouldn't just put myself in there, just because Daiki is very respected in the leg lock world. However, Josh is doing well, so maybe he really banks on the defense to get towards the better position.
Yeah, dealing with somebody like, you know, with this deep understanding of leg locks, which you've seen before, Mickey. Like, how do you start to negate the strengths?
Sorry, say that again. Mate.
When you're facing somebody who's got such a deep understanding of leg locks, Mickey, how do you try to negate their strengths?
So I actually often think that leg lock defense is easier than leg lock offense.
Yeah.
Right. So knowing how to differentiate between the two is the key. Like, similar, I think the hardest part about jiu-jitsu in general is when do you attack, when do you defend, especially when you first start out.
Absolutely.
Right. So if you're fresh to the leg game, that can be usually the determining factor as to why you might get leg locked or why you might lose in those scenarios. Yeah, Josh did get chest on chest for a bit, but Daiki with the cross frame getting his legs back in very quickly.
I've been very impressed by Josh. He's shown that he can, you know, hang with these guys, and he's comfortable there, and, you know, comfortable in the leg lock defense. And the thing is, he's powerful. You know, for that weight, he's very, very powerful. You know, so
he's effectively a walking hip.
Yeah. If he can get chest to chest with Daiki again, even though it was momentary.
Reverse close guard. There's potential toe holds now for Daiki.
This is real dangerous now. Josh Stolton has to move. He does well and breaks out of it.
If I was Daiki here, I would probably use the straight full lock to create a reaction to then get the heel lock. But Daiki doesn't quite have the dimensions. He'd typically do a strong straight full lock. I think he'd be much better with a yoki, which is unfortunate.
The problem is how do you isolate Josh's leg from his body, given the distance that you can cover is very small. You know what I mean?
Just grab it and rip it.
Josh can connect his hips to you real quickly. You know what I mean?
remember when I fought him, I had him in 50-50. And his knee line slipped very quickly, and I was like, "This isn't happening again."
Oh, leg lock attempt from Peaches.
He's done that twice now.
Well, look, it's part of his game plan, isn't it? And at the end of the day, you know, a submission is a submission.
Correct. And also a submission attempt
Is a submission.
Phase well.
Absolutely. Just under halfway to go. Both fighters, they're making a great job. Like, he looks very comfortable in that bottom position, doesn't he?
He looks very comfortable. And the nice thing about Daiki is that from training with him and watching him train, he's got one of the best total defense I've ever seen. So all of the way that he plays guard, if his guard does get past, his total defense is incredible.
This is beautiful. Daiki, he is
Look
really,
at how he balls up so well. It's so
Yeah.
hard to occupy that space between his elbow and his knees.
Yeah. Oh, leg lock attempt from Josh again. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Josh's structure and stature is giving Daiki a really interesting problem to try to unpick.
Now we have a saddle entry, which means that it's a lot harder to actually run from, but Josh is going for a junior lock, it looks like. I couldn't quite see from the angle that I'm at.
Yeah, it was on the other side. Real high-level display of jiu-jitsu. Both men can be real proud of themselves here.
I mean, I thought this match would go exactly like this because I thought it would be quite hard.
Good
Daiki's
takedown.
chosen to come up on top. Instead of being on the bottom, he wants to wear him out.
Yeah. And you know, this is something different for Josh. You know what I mean?
This is something different for Daiki too. I think.
Yeah. Is this a position he plays? You know, I'm not sure.
He's mainly a guard guy, but on top he doesn't usually quite connect so tightly. He's usually loose and elusive. He's a Toriander kind of guy.
Yeah,
spams the distance, but I think he wants to wear his opponent out.
Yeah.
He's respecting Josh to the point where he wants to wear him out, which is very, very valiant, and I think it's definitely a part of the game plan right now. which goes to show that he's able to adapt to the strategy at hand.
Yeah, and I think he's decided on a change of tack, hasn't he? You know, he's thought, well, I've been playing this leg lock game for the last 7 minutes. It's not borne any fruit, so now I need to change. And at the end of the day, it's also pretty smart because at the end of the day, he has been on the bottom, you know, and the judges today have scored things positionally. So, you know.
Oh, look at the leg pummels of Daiki, though. His, like, I've noticed. I've trained with a few people from Japan and competed against people with Japan. The outward rotation is incredible. The way that they can cut the 3 o'clock to like the 9 o'clock angles.
Judo is obviously in the blood for a lot of guys. You know, you can bring them into a situation like that, and even if you've never done anything in their lives, their bodies react to it. Always notice that when I'm training with people from from wrestling basis countries, you know, their bodies just know how to move.
I also think it's I know in Japanese culture a lot of them sit differently.
Yeah, lotus position and things like that for sure. Yeah. Just thinking about my peasant hips. How I probably would have benefited from lotus position as a child. Oh, good effort by Josh, but there's a guard pass going here.
I was not doing that as a kid.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Josh just holding on. He's been flattened out, and this change of strategy by Daiki is bearing fruit. I like this
underhook and this tricep grip that Daiki has. He's now opted to let go of he's going for double underhooks instead. He definitely wants the strategy is to take Josh's back.
Yeah. He's doing a good job. Daiki.
He's actually very good from here at sitting back at the leg locks as well. So just keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out for the sit back and the step. Yeah. Big sigh from Josh there. He's worked so hard, so hard.
He's done well so far, considering he had he didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this match.
Yeah. No, I've been massively impressed by Josh Stolton. Massively impressed by Josh Stolton so far. And we enter into our just a minute or so left in the matchup.
Coming off Josh's rack guard. I thought it was drool. I was like,
that's disgusting.
I can't believe Alex bled on me before.
Yeah. No, he's not a man who's too worried about what he does or doesn't do.
It's also his blood.
Yeah, gross. No, he's not a man who's too worried about what he does or doesn't do. Alex Torres, let's be honest. I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to challenge himself. And as I said, Alex, love him or hate him, he doesn't shy. He's not shy. He doesn't hide. And I think he'll continue to test himself against really, really good
entry
opponents.
here, the K guard towards the 50-50.
K guard into 50-50.
He's coming up though. He really doesn't think he can leg lock peaches now.
Beautiful.
Chasing the back. Very nice by Daiki.
Great work from both men. Looking for the finish, chasing the finish, and now Daiki looking to take the back. Frantic instruction coming from his corner. Tries to roll him over into back take. Both men nearly roll off the stage.
That would have been an interesting back take if that was the case.
It would have been a very interesting back take, mostly because they would have ended up in Tyrone Kingi's lap, which would have been interesting.
I reckon he would have been completely fine with it too.
I think he would have enjoyed it.
He wouldn't have moved.
No,
I don't think they could move him.
Beautiful work from Daiki.
Look at that. He's
scrambled
so
into the back position.
Is he going to chase the sub? Is he going to get that sub?
Oh, that's a tough position. He's not. I don't think he's quite got enough to get the submission. 10 seconds left. Looking for the neck. Josh has got to survive. Control, protect his neck. He's not going to be hitting any submissions from here, so he just protect himself, defend, and we reach the round. We will be going to our judge's decision. 𝐁𝐆𝟔 will be doing an interview with the help of a translator. A really, I would say, world-class demonstration of jiu-jitsu from both men. Daiki Yonekura showing the skill set that's got him into the runner-up ADCC, competing at the highest level across Australia and in the world. But Josh Stolton, really impressed by that. He can be really proud of himself today. Spent a large proportion defending, but got himself into top position for a large part of the match. And then for the final 3 minutes, when Daiki changed his strategy, defended admirably, showed that he belonged out there on the world stage. And I'm looking forward to watching both men compete again. Kane Stone taking the days for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by judge's decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Daiki Yonekura!
Peaches, I've been interviewing giants all night, so this is actually quite nice for me. Anyway, man, like we go way back. I know what you are as a I know how you like as a person, and I know that you won't be happy with the result that came out. That said, I did think you looked maybe the best I've seen you against a very high-level opponent, which means that still definitely improving. Lots of goals to look forward to. Is there anything you wanted to say in regards to the match or future plans?
I just want to say thank you for everybody. Obviously, I'm from Perth, so thanks for coming and supporting. Also, thanks for my team and everyone that's behind me, friends, family, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know how hard it is now to roll this one my size. It's shit.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, man. Anyway, man, like I said, you did look fantastic out there. Unfortunately, he got a little bit close to your back, and that was probably a decision sort of scenario. But hope to see you in the next one.
He didn't ear-hook me, though, so that's the main thing.
Congratulations, Daiki.
Thank you so much.
So you've told me the last couple of days that you're going to heel hook him in 1 minute. What are your thoughts on that?
ヒール1分で取るって言ってましたけど、どうですか? It was a very hard match, but I did my best. But I can't take heel hook because so Peaches are really strong and he's a tough guy, so I can't.
It was really nice to see your strategy adapt. Obviously, the first 4 minutes, you were definitely trying to get the leg lock, and then you realized that you just needed to get on top. Was that something that you thought midway match? I need to get on top. I need to try and get my opponent to turtle.
途中で下から攻めてたのを上からに切り替えたのは試合の前から決めてたことだったのか、それとも試合をしながら決めてたことだったのか。そうですね、試合中ですね。もうやっぱヒールを狙ってたんですけど、そのディフェンスやエスケープがうまかったんで、ちょっと切り替えてトップにしました。Yeah, I thought it through the match. Definitely, I was trying to get a heel hook, but he was so tough. Daiki couldn't get the catch, so he changed his mind and changed his game plan to go on top.
All right, so now you have a victory in Western Australia. What's next? Is there anyone you'd like to face next? What's like the future plans for you?
次はこれでとりあえず1勝したわけですけど、次今後やりたいこととか。I come back in here because I want belt. So, なんで一つ言いたいことがある。Thank you, Battleground, for inviting me, and thank you, Arion, for all support, and thanks Peaches for accepting the match. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daiki.
Fuck we on. Come to my house when the sun is gone.
Daiki Yonekura wants that belt, and I'm sure he will get his opportunity further down the track. Really, really comprehensive performance from a top performer on the Oceanic